Hello again, and welcome to the second video in our Attorneys video series, the File Setup. We will set up a law firm file. However, you should know that the first few steps are the same for every type of company, whether your company is a law firm or not. Please note, if you already know how to create a company file, how to find the company file after you create it, or how to change the company name, address, tax type, or tax form, then you could skip this video. You could go directly to the original first video, which is either the fourth or fifth one down in a row, where the file is already set up for you, and you could download the follow-along file starting from that point if you did not want to waste time relearning things that you already know. However, the file creation is similar to most other software. You have to choose a name and location. Okay, the latest versions of QuickBooks do not let you choose the location. You must search for the file after you create the file, and then you can skip inputting the company information and tax information when you create the file, because I'm going to show you how to change these at the end of the video. Right now, let's just follow step by step to see if we can set up QuickBooks. So first, we'll double-click the old software QuickBooks, and I'll restore it down so it fits our little show here. Now, it doesn't really matter what you see on the screen in front of you. You will click Create a New Company File, which is the same thing as clicking File, New Company. Now, you just have to click Express Start, and in this case, the example law firm name will be Ross Shyster Law Firm. And remember, spelling doesn't count. When it comes to industry, to keep the setup simple, click Help Me Choose, scroll to the bottom, and choose Other None. This means we don't want QuickBooks to put in a sample chart of accounts for us. We want to put in only the accounts that we need, because that will make it easier. And there will be a video about putting in the accounts that we need. For business type, also choose Other None so that we can put what we need instead of QuickBooks putting it for us. For now, we will skip all this other information, and I'm going to show you how to come back and edit this information anyway, so you can put in this information the same way you would edit this after the file is created. But for now, all you have to do is click Create Company and wait a moment, and QuickBooks is physically creating a brand new company file that is blank and ready for you to put in all the information for your law firm. Congratulations, your file is created. Now I'm going to see if I can just close this silly setup window. By the way, I think you can click an option down there so that it won't pop up. And let's see if I can fit this into our little show. Now, of course, when you first create a file, it's going to give you a tour of the new stuff. When you close it, it's going to remind you that you can always look back at help. Now, I do not like the home window. I find it distracting, so I close it. So you now have a file called Ross Shyster Law Firm, where all of the company financial information and clients' records and vendor records and so forth, bank records for this particular law firm, everything should be in this file. The problem is QuickBooks did not tell us physically in the computer where this file is. So what do we need to do? Well, did you know that when you're inside any QuickBooks file, you can press F2 to get the location of the file and any other information? So here I am, and I push F2 on the keyboard, and the product information window opens up. Notice there's a section for location. Now, what I like to do is right before the name, highlight this path and copy. Notice you can get other information about the file and go back to it, and that's a very handy thing to do. But once I have the path, I like to open up a folder whereby I could click and paste the path there. And when I hit enter, actually, when I Control V for paste, okay, so actually, actually it's here. So I don't really know why it chose this folder. I like that it put it in the correct folder, but turns out it was already here. But if it weren't, what you would do is you would click in the file path in the path you see here of the folder, and you would paste the path and then hit enter, and then you would see the file. And once you see the file, you could copy it to the desktop and paste it on the desktop, and then you'd be all set. And that's how you find the file. Now, we skipped over putting the company address and so on, as well as the tax type. You can change the company name and address as well as the tax type by opening the My Company window. So you click Company, My Company. Now, this window gives you the ability to change both the name and address of the company as it will appear on printed forms and checks and reports, as well as changing the tax form that you need for your company type. So after you open the My Company window, you can click the pencil tool, and you will see you can change each of these different 4 types of information. For example, contact information, Ross Shyster Law Firm, you can put, Great Neck or Manhasset, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can go back and change it, and whatever you put here will show up on reports and forms. Phone number, 555-5555, whatever, and put whatever you like and then click OK. Now, as far as legal information, you can put the legal address if it happens to be different. Company identification, you would normally put in your EIN number or the Social Security number if it's a sole proprietor. Report information, you could put the first month of your fiscal year, and you would only change this to whatever month is beginning your fiscal year if and only if your fiscal year were different than a normal calendar year. You would just put the correct month. And here is where you choose which income tax form you will use. And if we assume that you are a LLC, partnership, or, you choose whichever tax form your tax professional tells you to choose. In this case, Ross is a sole proprietor. Just click OK. And you could always, after you click OK, you update your legal address. That's fine. Do you want to go back? No. Okay. So now we changed our regular address, and you could change any of that setup information by clicking Company, My Company, and then clicking the pencil tool.